Hey, good people. This is Rocki with Rocky's Reality, the #1 podcast for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, and relationships. Tap in live Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I chat with some of the dopest artists, celebrities, influencers, entrepreneurs, and more. Make sure to catch us live Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, and Roku. See you soon. All right, welcome to Rocky's Reality, and I am telling everyone Happy New Year because this is the new season of Rocky's Reality. And as one of my former former supervisor who's now a friend used to say, I ain't seen y'all in a month of Sundays. So I haven't seen you 2024. Welcome to the new season of Rocky's Reality. We are going to have a bevy of guests. Be prepared again this year to dive into unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, and relationships. So I'm glad you all are joining us because, as you know, I am always loving when I get to speak with luminaries from the city of Detroit, as well as nationwide and internationally. But I especially love when I can have someone from my city on talking about great things that are happening in Detroit and for the city of Detroit. So tonight I should say, I have Detroit City Council President Pro Tem James Tate. He's been serving the city for quite a while now, been hanging in there, bless him, being one of the faithful servants of this city. When I was looking up, researching some things, all I saw were just good things reported about him. And so I just commend him for, what he's done for the city. And today he has an initiative that we're going to discuss called Protect Your Crown. All the way down. So protect your crown, meaning mental health. And as we know, y'all, mental health is always crucial. Even though May is Mental Health Awareness Month, there is never not a good time to talk about mental health and discuss it, especially with all the madness we have going on in the world today. Okay, so I am going to welcome to the stage Detroit City Council President Pro Tem James Tate Jr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Rocki. Oh my goodness. Thank you for having first guest of the new season. Yes, what an honor. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes. If I was in the studio, we would have a little sound effects. I would just give you a little claps and cheer and salute to you. I always believe in giving people their flowers while they are here. So thank you for your service to the city. It's District 1, I believe, right? So that's Detroit, like old Redford area.
Yeah, Brightmoor, Grand Mount Rosedale. Yeah.
Okay.
Then over here, actually lived in Grand Mount Rosedale, District 1, my entire life. So
I love it.
Born and raised in the city of Detroit, born and raised in District 1, and extremely thankful and proud to be able to represent on this level.
Absolutely. And again, I commend you for that and give you your flowers for being someone who's from the city, someone who's actually from the city, not just the burbs. Those of us, if you know, a lot of people say they from Detroit represent Detroit, and we know there are a lot of suburbs, and it's nothing like being someone who's actually from the city and understanding the essence of where our city has come from. Where we've been, where we're going. And so I appreciate, especially we know Detroit city government hasn't always been a fun job for those of you who are in it. I know it's not. Whatever you're serving the public as a social worker, I get that. So it's nothing like being in the trenches, so to speak, with what's happening with the city and the pulse of the city. So I do commend you for that, and kudos to all the work you've done.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a contact sport, being in city government. You got to deal with the other politicians. You've got to deal with those who try to exert their power over politicians, in various means, and then you mainly having to work with your constituents, and that's always the most challenging part, because when you work with constituents, no matter how great the thing is you believe you're doing, you're always going to have some that you really care about that love what you're doing and some who don't. And you've got to make sure that when you make these decisions that you're doing so based on the goal of improving life for as many as you can. But, you know, you got to have thick skin in this business, very, very thick skin.
Absolutely. And Dwayne Walker, welcome. He sang the hell out of that song. So you actually performed, and we're gonna get to the song actually, y'all. So the beauty of Rocki's reality, like when you on the news and all that, that's great, but you only get like a little bit of segment. But on here, we gonna have a whole half an hour to discuss Protect Your Crown, and then we're actually gonna play the song, which is produced by producer Getty 808. So
Getty 808, yes.
Shout out to him. So but yes, you're right. It is a contact sport, and you are right. Detroiters will call you out. We will, as such, because we've been through a lot. We've endured a lot, and so it's only right that when we elect someone, that we do receive someone who is for the people, so to speak. And I'm sure that can be hard to maintain that integrity at times. So I do. Again, commend you for that. And so I want to get into a little bit of stats, which weren't surprising as someone who's, again, been a social worker working in and around the city and the state of Michigan, actually, for over 25 years now. A primary issue that I've witnessed is mental health, the lack of treatment, the lack of resources, the lack of knowledge about it. And just the shame and stigma that's come with it. And it's just also, again, just lack of resources at times. A lot of the news stories that I see, I always think like, I wonder if there's a mental health element to this. So some of these statistics, 2024, there were over 16,000 calls for mental health assistance.
Yeah.
And 4,600 of those, well, in 2023, 16,000 calls were made for mental health assistance. 4,600 of those were suicide related. And then in 2024, that number increased. So, I'm wondering.
It's Detroit. I think we need to let them know those are Detroit numbers, not state of Michigan. Those are some big numbers. And we are the largest city in the state of Michigan. And to have those type of numbers, you know, those are numbers that some cities don't see in an entire year or an entire 5 or so years. Big deal.
I'm glad you clarified that. And my concern is how much is not being reported. Yeah. How many people are not calling who are suffering with mental health? And so that's why this survey is so integral. And so let's talk about because we already know we have to have the data in order to get the funding from different programs and grants and federal government. So talk about Protect Your Crown, how it started, what is needed.
Yeah, thank you again for this opportunity. So Protect Your Crown is a campaign initiative that, you know, I came up with and working with various departments within the city of Detroit, mainly with the health department, focusing on bringing about better mental health awareness in the city of Detroit, especially amongst our Black folks and people of color. Let's be honest. For many years, we have seen how it has been pushed under the rug. We'll pray it away, or we'll just deal with it. And if you, for whatever reason, if you have a breakdown and you can't handle that moment, you're weak. You are all these negative things. Protect Your Crown is designed to help empower residents of the city of Detroit to feel okay with going and seeking assistance, whatever type of assistance that may, and minus substance abuse, of course, but seeking whatever assistance that you can find to help relieve you of that particular issue that you're going through. Some folks have issues with depression. Some have issues with anxiety. I've been very honest and open about it. I am someone who deals with anxiety myself on a high level. Have issues of being a perfectionist, and when things don't go right, it just continues to pound my head over and over and over. So hard for me to let those things go by. So I've gone through therapy and have a therapist and go and have prescribed a prescription medication to help me get at least to the point where I can function and work through some of those moments. But ultimately it really has to come from inside. I have to have the desire and want to do it. And that's the thing that Protect Your Crown really embodies, empowering, again, residents of the city of Detroit to take really the initiative to do what is necessary to address your mental health. And we have this survey, the attitude survey, and it's 19 anonymous confidential questions. We don't want to know who you are, but we want to know a little bit more about the journey that residents of the city of Detroit are having in addressing their mental health. So again, some of the questions are pretty personal, but we don't want to know who you are. The only thing we do want to know in terms of identifying you is, what is your zip code? So that gives us an understanding of what's happening in different parts of the city of Detroit. And it's a citywide survey. This is, Rocki, the first time that the city of Detroit has ever done any type of outreach of this nature. Typically what we'll do is we'll just create a program and say, here, you need this. And it's based on what we heard. But this is now any new programming that we have based on mental health as a result of this survey will be solely a direct response to the feedback that we get from our residents. And I don't think there's any other type of government that I would want other than a government that responds to the things that I tell you that I need.
You said a few things there. And you said not necessarily substance abuse, which a lot of times I found go hand in hand. Yes. It's kind of like the egg or the chicken come first. Was it substance abuse or that led to the mental health, or was it mental health that led to the substance abuse? But I think the core of it is, if we treat the mental health, we could at least help someone cope so that they can abstain from substances or be in recovery. Because it is so key. And I think I'm so glad that you are transparent, because that was one of my questions to ask, how your awareness of your own mental health. And I appreciate that as a Black man from the city of Detroit, that you are admitting, I've had some anxiety. I've sought therapy. I have sought medication to normalize it. As I've said to some of my trainees and child welfare, because I train child welfare workers, so protective services, foster care, and adoption workers. I train them, and as I've said to them, we go to the doctor, right? We get an oil change, right? We get our hair done, our nails done. We go to the dentist. We need to go somewhere for our mind as well, and that's what mental health can do. So even whether it's therapy, whatever modality it is, whether it's therapy, because my thing is, I'm a pray, but I need some therapy too. I need Jesus and therapy. That's right. We need Jesus and therapy. And I think a lot of times in our community, what has held us back at times, because we know Detroit is a very spiritual, religious community. We've got thousands of Black churches, right? Some of those conversations need to be had in the churches as well. We can pray, but also we're going to set that therapy session up. So I appreciate you for and just elaborate a little bit on how awareness of your own mental health has helped you with this project. By the way, we need 5,000 people to complete this survey. And look, y'all on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and y'all can take 7 to 8 minutes to fill out this 19 question survey. And as you said, it's not really personal. It's great to see the perspectives of what people need and how they perceive mental health, so that we can shape the services to what suits their needs. And so I again appreciate you. So elaborate a little bit on how your own journey with mental health has shaped this initiative.
Yeah, I'll say, for me, even outside of the initiative, it's taken time to get to this point where I would, and let me just say thank you for acknowledging my transparency, but it has taken some time to get to this point. I have been along this journey for, a number of years now, more than a decade, to be honest with you. And when it first started appearing in my life, it made me feel less than, I felt like something was wrong. I was broken. And, I come from the most nuclear family you can think of, mother and father. We had a roof over our head, food in my belly, car in the driveway, both of had no abuse, none of that stuff. And so I always look at it from the standpoint of, here I am who had all of those things. I'm dealing with this as a grown man now with a grown man job. right? I'm dealing with all of this stuff. What if I had abuse in my life? What if I had, parents that didn't have, employment, and we were trying to find, ways to make ends meet in different ways as well? What if violence was a part of my day-to-day life? I didn't have that, and I'm so blessed. And so that's the thing that always drives me to continue to recognize that I'm in a space that many people doesn't have the ability to be in because of the traumas that they had at a young age, where without the help of others, where would I be? And I'm always keeping that in my mind when it comes to any type of program. And with Protect Your Crown, it has led us to be as transparent as we can, especially with our young people. I also have in my office, we have an initiative, the Task Force on Black Male Engagement, and we go out to schools and we speak to young children. And though I've now just come to grips with being able to say this to adults, because adults will weaponize your so-called shortcomings. I've always been honest with young people, with children. So I'll go in and, kids, you cannot not be honest with when you're with them, because they will call you out.
No, they're gonna call you out. Kids, they're gonna let you know.
Yes.
They don't have any qualms. They don't care about being politically correct either.
They don't even know what that means, right? They just know honesty. And I would go into the classroom, and because I want to be so perfect for these kids, I would end up just having sweat everywhere, right? And the kids will go, what's wrong with you? What's going on? And like I said, kids will be honest. And I'm talking to first graders, but my mind is in a place where I can't take myself from that particular a feeling of not being the best, not doing the best. I missed an opportunity, and this is on a day-to-day basis. And so that is those are the kind of moments that drove me to create the Protect Your Crown campaign / initiative. And I'm looking for as many folks, and I know I'm not the only one, Rocki, not the only one who's gone through this, and still on my journey right now, to be honest with you. I go to classrooms and I get people clap for me. I go into auditoriums and get people clap for me because of my position. But here I am still going through the same thing that I was going through before. So one thing I always remind folks is that this journey is not, again, always quick. And it doesn't end on your terms.
Exactly.
But you have to be all in. You have to be all in.
It's ongoing. It's maintenance. Yeah. And I think as a social worker, again, I'm big on mental health and how I've seen that therapy is not something that's finite.
Yeah.
It's something that's ongoing. Again, you brush your teeth every morning. You wash up every morning. These are all things that you maintain and sustain throughout your life. And I think especially now with what we've grappled with after the pandemic, our recent election, all the things that have happened in life, and those of us who have trauma, and even if we haven't had trauma in our immediate homes, the trauma of being Black in America, let's be honest about that. That's trauma there. And again, with being a political leader, as you said, it ain't for the weak. It's a contact sport. So and anytime we are serving others, I think it helps when we can be transparent and show that we are human. Because people vote for and they get behind who they can relate to and who can relate to them. And although that's good that you are putting this out in the public, and again, making it so accessible. And we'll definitely put the link in the comments, y'all. So everyone who's watching, send it out to your aunties and friends. All of this time, y'all texting folks and emailing folks, send this out. Because what's the deadline? What are we looking at to?
So we're at our goal is 5,000. So we're at a couple of thousand right now. We want to continue to get that number. And, we picked 5,000 because honestly, it's a round number, 5,000. But quite honestly, that number is higher than most surveys that, as you know, in what you've done in your life, you know that these surveys are sometimes, a survey of 300 people, 400 people, 500 people. We're pushing to 1,000, 5,000. And that's less than 1% of Detroit's population. So we can get 5,000 people to work with us and figure out how, as the proverbial, help us help you. Because this information that we get from the surveys, this is going to, essentially be a blueprint for us as we go and retrieve funding, as we build programming. So it's not just a survey we want to know, and we're just going to post it and put it on a flat screen or a green screen. This is about how do we translate the information that's provided to us as the city? How do we translate that into services and funding? And the other thing that the information will also do, City of Detroit is not the only entity that's seeking funding. We have a number of nonprofits that are seeking grant funding and other abilities to further their operations. And the data that we collect is going to be public. Again, not with anyone's contact information or anything like that, but the public information are the stats that we get from it, the data. That information also helps residents and other nonprofits further their missions. Right? I mean, it's just a win-win-win for all of us. But the main thing is we want to make sure that we break down the walls that so many folks build up as it relates to addressing their mental health. And I had an incident, I'll tell you, being another transparent moment. So today, just in the city council, we have what's called public comment section. And there's that section is where by law, citizens can call in and ask about anything, talk about, say whatever they want to say. We typically give folks 2 minutes to do that. One individual took her time because she knows that, I'm not shy about having, this journey, this mental health journey that I'm on. And she felt the need, as I talked about, weaponize my transparency. And she's talked about how I know you have mental health issues, but, something's fill in the blank. I won't go into everything she said, but it was just amazing to see how in real life, instead of an individual appreciating the fact that their elected officials trying to do something to address a major crisis that we have in the city of Detroit, whether you have a disagreement with me or not on policy, when you start talking about another person's mental health, now I think you're taking a little too far. And we'll, I just didn't respond with anger or anything like that, because why? I did invite her to get on so we can talk about it, and I would love to have that conversation. It's going to start off as nice as it's going to be, but I'm from Detroit too, so keeping it 100. But
you can get some of this grit
all day long. But it's that part of it is a generational thing too.
Exactly. Absolutely. I was going to say we're going to have to pray for her to change that mindset, because that's part of it too. That's part of it, and the way people have been conditioned, they've been conditioned. So, and that's what part of understanding our mental health comes with. We have to we get to choose how we respond to others.
That's right.
We can't control others.
And I was proud of myself in that moment because,
I know you be like, I know you wanted to snap on her. I know you probably did, but you was
I had something. I was ready, but I said no. On Black Panther, when they say no, T'Challa, the world is watching. That's what's on my mind.
Woo! Right. You got to remember it. And people will test you. So, but I appreciate also that. Talk a little bit about the 7 Mile Behavioral Health and Wellness Campus. So is that 7 Mile and where? I like that you all have already started. Southfield Freeway. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yep. So DWIN, which is a partner of ours, they do a lot of work as it relates to mental health and other services. They are opening up a 24/7 walk-in behavioral health crisis center right in my district, in the heart of the district. It will allow for 60 beds. You're going through a crisis, and that's one of the challenges that we found is that some folks will reach out and we don't have the facilities for them to just get the triage that they need in the short term. And certainly, as we talk about, this is a long-term journey. We don't have the facilities for that either. So we're building capacity that's coming on board. It should be, from my understanding, they had like an 18-month construction schedule. So it should be on board sometime maybe around fall of next year, potentially even spring of next year. But we're excited to have it. In addition to the mental health and behavioral health services, there'll also be dental, physical health care all together. So excited about having that. Certainly in the district, knowing that we need it because we have a desert, so to speak, there. But just in the city of Detroit, the fact that we're increasing capacity is always a good thing, because this is it's a challenge. And when we talked about the trauma, that trauma can happen as a child, it can happen as an adult, it can happen tomorrow, today. It could happen double whammy, right? You got one today and you got something happening tomorrow.
Chronic
trauma, right? We've got to be prepared.
Chronic trauma is real. Yes, absolutely.
And then they pass on the trauma as well, and the byproduct of the trauma to the children, and so on and so forth, right? We find ourselves in that situation. And I just also want to tell folks that it's not just getting mental health. Your mental health is not just based upon what's going on in here. On the song, you'll hear where I talk about protect your crown and all the way down. When I say all the way down, that's your whole body. That's your whole body. So it's what you put into your body that affects your mental health. The movement of your body, that affects your mental health as well. So protect your crown and all the way down. Anytime the crown falls, when you start talking about nations, when the crown falls, the body, the people are susceptible and vulnerable. It's the same way with your own personal body. If your crown falls, you are vulnerable. You're susceptible to all these, to the harm and attacks that come your way. Protect your crown and all the way down.
I love that, because the brain controls the body. Your mind controls the body. So, absolutely. In a sense, so speaking of that, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, so how did you prepare for it? What did you have to break out some of the tapes from back in the day? Because you look like you from my era. Did we have to break out the LL Cool J to help us? The Big Daddy Kane. Do we channel some of those?
Well, I think the key is to make sure you never lose that, right? You kind of put that on when you need to, and you take it off when you have to. But I've been a creative my entire life, and love music, love art, love directing, love video, love film. That's been my thing. Actually, my degree is actually in radio, TV, film. Not in side, none of that stuff. No. I always try to figure out, how did I end up here? This is not what I thought I was going to be doing with my life.
It's not too late.
I don't know.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
It's going down. It's going down.
It's not too late though. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of Protect Your Crown, you all. This is Protect Your Crown with that was penned by Councilman Tate, produced by Getty 808.
And we also had Stretch Money on there as well. He also gave me
all right, shout out to him.
Yeah, gave me a little bit of that on the track. Got laced it up a little bit.
Okay.
Protect your crown, and all the way down.
Protect your crown, and all the way down.
All the way down.
Protect your crown, and all the way down.
All the way down.
Protect your crown, and all the way down.
All the way down.
Protect your crown, and all the way down.
All the way down.
I'm a witness to mental fitness. All in my mind, I'm in my feelings. I need some healing or just some time to myself. Get away, collect my thoughts, nothing wrong. I'm still strong. My own walk, my own pace. No competition, but repetition. I love me. I don't need permission. The point of the whole mission is for me to keep my vision and my goals and my dreams. Sometimes I need a team to take the things I've seen and break them down for me and help me better see how I can get to be from the right now me to the better plus me. A breakthrough is coming. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. But first I gotta start to recognize, identify emotions inside. I realize that I'm a prize and there ain't nothing to hide.
I realize that I'm a prize and there ain't nothing to hide. Protect your crown, and all the way down.
All the way down.
Protect your crown, and all the way down.
All the way down.
Protect your crown, and all the way down.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. Y'all make sure y'all go stream that, download it, all of that. That's available on all platforms.
All platforms, yes, ma'am.
I love it. That got a nice little groove to it. Yeah, and I like you, I'm a music lover, so that's why I love combining that on my show. So I was glad when they were like, he has a song too. I was like, oh, okay. Y'all know I love to play some music now. Let's go. And that's how you engage people as well. Like that's how you can reach people. You know that's like we teach kids stuff. Put it in the song, right?
That's right.
So
That's right.
All the way down because City of Detroit, we got to be there for each other. Right, we have.
You know what?
So,
it's so funny, Rocki. I talk to kids, and you know, when I talk to folks around our age, our demographic, we kind of like it. We got a little groove to it. When I talk to little kids, it's not their speed. The younger ones. So I got to come out with another. We got something new.
We have to do the remix.
Yeah,
maybe you can get Peasy or Babyface Ray on the remix.
Right, we got something new.
Right. So, but it was great speaking with you, Councilman Tate. Where can people can just Google Protect Your Crown Detroit. How can they get the survey? I put it into the chat as well, the comments. But where can they find the survey?
Yeah, I just made it real simple. You go on Google and type in Protect Your Crown Detroit. The very first link, I promise you, that comes up is going to be the link to the survey. You're going to see this, get the link that is going to have the song on it, a little video intro to give you more information as to why the survey is important. But Protect Your Crown Detroit, very first link if you Google it.
I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, and where can people follow you, Councilman Tate, to keep up with what you're doing?
Yeah, we're on Facebook. We're on IG, Councilman Tate Jr. And we've got a couple different handles.
Okay, all over. Pretty much.
That's it. We out there.
Okay, well, thank you again for coming on this evening. I appreciate your time and thank you for the initiative because mental health is wealth. Mental health is wealth. So I'm glad you're doing this initiative, and I'll definitely be encouraging my fellow Detroiters to complete the survey. And those for over ages 18 and over, right?
18 and over, and Detroiters. Don't tell me where I moved from Detroit. I used to live in Detroit. Nope, Detroiters. We talked about that, right? We talked about that. That's right.
In the 313. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Got you. All right. Well, thank you, Councilman Tate. And you have a great evening. And again, this is not goodbye. This is see you later.
See you later.
Take care.
You too.
All right, y'all. So moving along, so one of the things that's great for mental health is music. Okay. Can I get an amen on that? Those of you who know, that's partly why I love music, because it is therapeutic, it is cathartic, and it's a universal language, right? So on that note, y'all, literally on that note, pun intended, we are going to get into an outstanding musician, Grammy nominated twice, y'all, Grammy nominated musician, recording artist, writer, all around dope chick. Those of you who are here in Detroit, you may have seen her on Black Women Rock. Okay. If y'all have come to Jessica Carey Moore's Black Women Rock, you have seen her perform on that stage and take over that stage. But she has performed with a bit of everybody, from Beyonce, okay, to Tank and the Bangers, Moo Fresh, Victor Wooten. So without further ado, I am going to welcome to the stage the illustrious, the magnificent Divinity, the absolutely divine Divinity Roxx.
What's up, Rocki? How you feeling?
How are you?
I am well.
The little sound effect here. We're gonna put it. I'm usually in the studio, but the weather was crappy here, so I'm gonna do it for you. We're gonna put a little clap.
I feel it. It's crappy here too. Winter is here.
Where are you? Are you in Jersey or where are you?
I'm in a little town called West New York, New Jersey.
West New York. Is it anything like New York?
Well, I can see the city from here, so I'm real close to the city, right over the river. But yeah, I like it here. I've been here for about 8 years now. It's crazy.
I love it. Because originally you from ATL, Shorty.
ATL, Shorty. You already know, Shorty. Not Shorty. Shorty.
Listen, I've been going out to Atlanta since, oh my gosh. Hold on. Lord, you gotta.
I know it.
Hold on. Since 97. My sister in 96, and I visited Christmas of 97. And
it was popping.
Listen.
It
I
was
have
popping.
an ATL fan. Listen, Club 112. Okay, where
Yes,
the
where the
players
players dwell.
So, I am a lover of ATL, and actually, my sister still stays down there, and my daughter actually is about to graduate from Spelman. So,
Oh, congratulations to
I
you
love
for
it.
that.
Thank you. You know, women out here, we just black women rocking, right? We doing dope shit.
That's what we do.
So, but welcome to the show. And my first introduction to you was Black Women Rock here with Jessica Care Moore.
Shout
And I've
out,
seen you a
Jess.
few times. You've become like a staple. I don't know. I didn't see you for the 20th. Did you come for the 20th anniversary?
Just recently, yes, I was there.
Okay, that was 2024. They just celebrated 20 years.
Yep.
Yep. So, you've been a part of that lineup, done so many magnificent things, have composed TV show themes, just all around dope stuff. You've done a plethora of things, and I just want to give you your flowers, because when I was reading your resume, I was like, what hasn't she done? Damn.
Thank you.
A musician, guitarist, singer, and the albums I listened to, they were very ethereal for me. Like, it was very cosmic, and I don't know, hard to it's like, I don't know, a funky Sade it was giving me. I don't know. I just I love what you're doing, but I appreciate how you've pivoted to the children's albums now. Like, this is a whole thing. So Worldwide Play Date is the second album, and the first album was
Ready, Set, Go.
Ready, Set, Go, and that was Grammy nominated.
Yes.
And so now we have Worldwide Play Date. So talk about this transition from adult music, which you probably still will do, I'm sure, but what made you transition into children's music?
You know, it's something I always thought I would do, you know, when I got older. It was one of those things. Can you hear me? I'm good, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I just put the exit.
No, it's good.
Oh, yeah. You sound great.
Okay, great.
Love the background, by the way. Is that your home studio?
Yeah, this is the studio. This is where I make all these records right here.
Oh my God. That looks magnificent. I love
Sanctuary.
it. Yes, it does. It's real zen looking, real zen.
Yeah, I try to stay zen. So I always thought it was something I was going to go into because I always wanted to inspire young people and write for children. I wanted to write children's books. One of my I wanted to be an author, you know. In my later years, I always thought that would happen. But during the pandemic, you know, I was touring with Fantasia as her musical director and bass player, and everybody, all the gigs stopped. Like, we all came home and we were just sitting at home. And I was also studying music production online at Berkeley Online because I wanted to be a better producer. And a friend of mine called me out of the blue. I hadn't talked to this man in 20 years or so. He called me and he said, "Hey, I'm working on this project with Scholastic. Do you have some music to contribute to it? Because they are pivoting from in classroom productions to virtual productions. So they need music and they need it fast. And can you send me like 7 songs?" And I was like, dude, that's a lot of songs. I was like, "When do you need it?" He was like, "Can you send them next week?" But I wasn't doing much. So I just started throwing down some little skeletons for him. And I sent them the songs. He showed them to Scholastic. They liked the songs and they wanted me to finish them and finish writing them, developing them. And so they accepted the songs for the program. And I met an incredible woman who was working at Scholastic at the time, Gail Ward. And we just hit it off. And Gail said to me, "We're going to get you 2 books." She was like, "I don't know how we're going to make it happen, but I just feel like these songs should be books." And next thing you know, I had 2 children's books slated to come out in 2021, right? And I'm thinking, you know, I mean, I am the bass player. I play black rock music, hip hop, funk, jazz. People see me on tour. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have 2 kids' books come out next year. Everybody's going to be like, well, what is that? Like, it comes out of the blue. So I thought, you know what? I should make a whole album. to go with the books. And so my business mind kicked in and I thought I should have an album and some books, and we're going to make some videos, and we're going to start playing some shows for kids, because we had been doing these virtual shows during the pandemic, and I was getting into this and it was clicking and I was vibrating so high doing this music. And so that's what happened. 2021, the books came out. I dropped Ready, Set, Go. And it was so well received by my community. I mean, some of my friends who I'd known forever, from Jessica and all these beautiful, incredible Black women who play rock music, were hitting me up and being like, yo, sis, I love this for you. This is you. So we just been rolling with it, man. It's really been, like I say, it really has lifted my spirits playing music for children. It's almost like it heals the inner child too, doing this music. It's gotten real deep for me.
Because you don't have to be as serious when you're doing it for kids, right?
I can be my silly self, because I am silly,
right? And you know what? I think that's what adults need sometimes. We need to remember what it was like to be a kid. Okay, look, I'm going to the bounce house too. I was happy when I was able to go to the bounce house with my kids. I'm jumping into the bounce house with them to have fun. I'm going down the slide with them. Like, it is so cathartic, because as adults, we spend so much time adulting, and and this is what I admire about children, how they just have this just infinite just love and just wonderment, and just this infinite just innocence as well.
Curiosity.
Right. We can play, we can be silly, we don't have to worry about it. So I love that. I love that. And I love how you pivoted. And that's the beauty of being an artist, right? Where we're doing one thing and then you're like, I think I want to do this. And I can switch up. And in this day and time, we have so many options to do that, right? So for you, what was the challenge though? You had a fun time, but what was the challenge? Did you have to like get out of your own head sometimes about it because you were so used to producing adult music, or what was that process like for you?
No, I just went with my natural instincts as a performer, as a musician, as a producer, as a writer. I just allowed it to flow. I think the biggest challenge though was playing shows for kids, right? Because kids haven't learned that, you come to a show, you sit down in your seat and you watch this performance, right? And the only thing that's happening on stage is a person is standing there with an instrument and they're singing and they're playing. And after about 5 minutes of that, kids are like, okay, so what's next? What happens next?
Right. Can I come up on the stage with you? Right.
Girl, let me tell you, these kids, my very first show.
Right. They like, okay, this is cute, but can we get interactive? Can we get up there?
Yes. Girl, I've had kids come on stage when we were doing, I think we did BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Music. And I think it was our first show. We had the band on stage and the kids were all masked because, we were still dealing with COVID. And we started playing, and my band is full of high energy. We just hit hard, and the room bursts wide open, and kids start rushing to the stage, and the security people were like, "Wait a minute, don't go to the stage." I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like a kid mosh pit." It's been so fun, but like I said, after a while, they kind of get bored with just watching somebody play music. It don't matter what the songs are. So I've learned how to engage the audience throughout the performance and how to make them a part of the show. I think that was the biggest challenge, was being used to just being dynamic on stage and that being enough for adults, playing songs, being dynamic, standing there behind the microphone with the bass in my hands. And adults are like, oh my gosh, she's rapping and playing the bass. Kids don't care that I can rap and play the bass.
No.
Their parents love it, but they're like, okay, that's cool, but
no. I need you to flip. We want you to flip
exactly.
With the bass. Flip with the bass. Do some splits. Bass, okay? Listen.
So I got a shiny bass.
This is right.
with glitter on it, and I got the color strings. I wear colorful outfits and, you know, really cool shoes. You know, like I'm giving them, I started learning how to give them the type of show that keeps them engaged. We add video to the show. I took away the microphone and put on a headset microphone so I could jump around and run around the whole place with them. So, you know, that was my biggest challenge, learning how to perform in front of kids.
I bet. And as someone with kids, I understand. My kids are big, you know, but still, I remember those days where I'm like, oh my God, but that's the beauty of being a child, right? Going out and exploring. And I saw your IG where you said you were at the gym the other day, and it's like staying active. So what is a routine? Because you look good. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Come on, you look good, girl. You know how it is. You know what? You know it.
Thank you. And that's why I love women. We come in all shapes and shades.
Yes,
and
we do.
But I love how you posted that picture where you were like, this is me in the raw beauty or whatever. So what is the regimen? How do you stay in shape? Because I can tell you in shape.
Well, I grew up, I was an athlete growing up. I played basketball. I played softball. We were so active as kids. I even ran track, even though I hated running track. I did. So being physical and moving my body, and I'm so kinetic, you know, I can't not move when I hear music or when things are happening. Right. So I really just try to stay active. It helps my body. It helps my brain. It helps me sleep better when I'm active. And so I just got in during the pandemic. We didn't know what we were going to do to work out, because we were going to, we was living in LA. I was taking boxing with Terry Norris, who's like a heavyweight champion. And so we ordered the Fight Camp app and the boxing and the bag in the house. So I like to box at the house, and it helps me get my frustrations out and my anger. And, you know, when things don't go my way, I can hit the bag real hard and, you know.
Did you check out the Shields versus Perkins fight?
No, see, I'm not into real life boxing. I just like to work out with the bag.
Okay. I was just a little excited. Okay.
Yep. Nope. I don't watch boxing, but I like to hit the bag.
For the fitness of it. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, so let's talk about some of the collaborations. Shout out to Mumu Fresh, a former guest, by the way, of Rocki's Reality. I haven't had her on in about a couple years, but I have got to catch up with her because she is just all the things. I love her. All the things. Tank from Tank and the Bangers. My boo from back in the day, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Everybody, that's everybody's boo.
Hey, Theo.
Hey,
And of course, your mentor, Victor Wooten.
Yes.
Talk about how it came together. Like, how did you decide? Talk about the transition from Ready, Set, Go to Worldwide Playdate.
So Ready, Set, Go was me in this room doing everything, recording all the vocals, making all the beats, arranging all the songs, you know, pretty much doing it all. And you know, Worldwide, Ready, Set, Go, it had some success, right? We got nominated for a Grammy. We started doing a bunch of shows all around. And as I was thinking about my next record, a few things came to mind. How do I top Worldwide? Ready, Set, Go. And how do I have time to make another record given everything that I'm doing? And there's also this African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, do it alone. But if you want to go far, do it together in a group, right?
Yep.
So when I started thinking about this next project, I was like, man, I really wanted to the first thing I thought was I wanted to bring in another producer to help me with the load of making the music. And I knew I wanted it to sound like 90s hip hop fun and for it to be playful and like just colorful. And so my boy from Detroit, Wayne Gerard, you know me in Detroit, Detroit is my second home, straight up. I keep saying I'm gonna buy a house in Detroit. That's how much I love Detroit. For real.
Come on, let's go.
For real.
We got plenty of beautiful properties. Let's go. Yeah.
So I called my boy Wayne Gerard, who I've worked with Jessica Care. We had recorded Jessica and Stephanie's album together. And I
Yes.
told him what I wanted, and he was like, yo, this sounds like exactly what I need to do right now. So he started sending me beats, and I started sending him beats, and we started collaborating. And then something I had never done before was work with another writer, because I'm an MC. So I've been writing my own lyrics since I was 12. So I met this incredible woman named Mary Brown, who had written No, No, No for Beyonce. She had worked with Michael Jackson. She, like she's worked with everybody. She was a member of the Recording Academy. We met at one of the events. And I was like, Mary, would you write with me on this song? And I was thinking of just having a co-writer on this song. So I let her hear Celebrate. She came over here and we talked about the song. And so we wrote together, and it was a great fit. And so bam, she's like, let me hear what else is on the record. I let her hear the rest of some of the tracks. She was like, yo, I want to be a part of this. So the team starts building. Now, as I was listening to these tracks, I knew who I wanted to be on these records. Like when I heard the music for I'm a Forest, I actually sent Wayne a voice note. And I knew I needed Mumu on that track, because Mumu is one of the most inspiring, fiery, just intelligent Black women MCs in the world, who has a beautiful voice and a beautiful spirit. So she and I, God is so funny, because when you start having these ideas about what you want, you find yourself around the people that you're supposed to be around to make it happen. Mumu and I walked in on this private gig that I couldn't even talk to anybody about doing. And guess who was sitting in the makeup chair? Mumu Fresh. We did the gig together, and at the end of the gig, like it was over the course of a week we spent together, really getting to know each other. We spent a lot of time together, and I was like, Mumu, I got this record. Would you jump on it? She was like, yeah, girl, let's go. What's up?
I love it.
So she came in this room and recorded this record.
I love it.
So beautiful. I mean, Malcolm's been a long time friend. When I heard the track for Happy Place, I was like, I need Tank on this record. I need her. We've been friends for a long time, but we never worked together. I sent her the song, and she just texted me back, I love it, with exclamation point. And I jumped up and down in this room when she's a
beast too on the mic. That one there. One there. Look, I got a girl crush. Tank, I got a girl crush. I'm married, but I got a girl crush.
Listen, Tank is the truth. Been the truth. New Orleans down. You know what I'm saying?
Baby. And then I heard you had your niece and your god.
Oh my God. Yes, my goddaughter.
All in family.
Yes, my goddaughter. She's so funny. Amari. She's 5 years. Wait, she might be 6 now, 7. Amari keep growing. She and she's so smart. Oh my gosh, she's so smart. So she's on the record. So my niece is 14 years old, and she has she was on the cheer squad in Atlanta. And on Ready, Set, Go, I didn't have any kids from Atlanta on Ready, Set, Go. And my niece was not happy about that. So she had told me, she said, Auntie, when you do another record, you need to come to Atlanta and you need to get us Black girls on this record. Okay. I said, I got you. Her cheer team, I took them in the studio, about 20 of them. We recorded on I'm a Force Celebrate Worldwide Playdate. I mean, they just brought the records to life with their energy and their spirit. Like I know what kids are listening to, right, on the radio and what's popular, but for them to come into the studio and just digest all these lyrics in these songs and express excitement about being on these records that are positive and affirming for young girls, I was just overwhelmed at the love. It was, man, even when I just thinking about it, it just makes me so happy thinking about just all these young women who got to be on a Grammy nominated record.
Yes. Strong J. And although they made a mistake that you didn't win, you're still a winner. You still 2 times in a row Grammy nominated. That's bomb. Next time we getting that Grammy.
For sure, it's such an honor to be nominated.
Yes,
it really is.
You can still claim that. That's still an honor. So we're going to get into a worldwide play date. But I had the video for that. And I see there's a doll version for Celebrate, which is super cute. But I want to ask, how did Divinity Roxx get her name?
Ooh. So when I was, I'm going to try to tell the story really quickly. When I was about 12 is when I really fell in love with hip hop, right? And I used to transcribe all the raps from the radio. And so people in my neighborhood knew that I was a rapper. And my sister's best friend's brother had a friend from Philly who was a rapper, and he was looking for a girl to rap with him that he wanted to form a group with. So he came and knocked on my door and asked my mom if he could teach me one of the raps he had written. She said, yeah. So we sat in the living room, in the dining room, at the dining table, and he taught me this rap. And he was like, man, I always thought that it'd be dope for a female rapper to have the name Divinity. And I was going by MC Debbie D, right? Because that was my name. But I knew it wasn't right? I knew it wasn't quite there, right? I knew it. So, and I know somebody gonna call me that online. I already know.
Your real name is Debbie, though?
My name is Debbie. Yep. That's my that's my mom named me Debbie.
That ain't bad, MC Debbie D, though. Okay. It's giving
like
vibes.
Right. You know
it's giving Finesse and Cinquise vibes.
You feel me? So, but I knew it wasn't quite hitting the thing yet. So he said, what do you think about the name Divinity? And I was like, Divinity? So I was like, I need to look it up. So I went to the bookshelf that was in the dining room and pulled out the Webster's dictionary, one of the thick dictionaries, and went to the name Divinity. And I from my memory, I recall reading that it said of God. And I thought, yeah, I like that. I can be Divinity. I want to be Divinity. And so I started calling myself MC Divinity. Since then, 12.
Okay. And so the Roxx, that just came later?
So the Roxx came later after I was touring with Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I'm a rock star.
Listen.
And then I went and changed it legally. I was like, I'm about to be Divinity Roxx. Like, that's my legal name.
That is dope. That is dope. So any chance of you ever going back out on tour with Beyonce, or what is, like, are you all still attached?
I think we'll always be attached, you know, especially with the girls who were in the band. We are all still really good friends. By the way,
I Am Sasha Fierce was one of my favorites. That's the Beyonce that I prefer. By the way, that's one of my favorite Beyonces. By the way,
that was fun.
I love how she's evolved, but I Am Sasha Fierce, baby. That's
That was fun. That was fun. The Beyonce experience was so much fun, and so we're always attached and connected to those people who were part of that, because that's one of those life-changing moments, right? Like, it really it's transformative being in that environment and being around that much creativity and all those women, and oh my gosh, they're so beautiful and smart and talented, and so we'll always be connected in that way, but. She about to go on tour. I'm not on the tour, and I'm really focused on where I am right now in my life with my music and my career, and I like where I am. I feel settled in it, but you never know who you might see me on tour with, because I'm an artist and I like to play, and I'm a musician and I like to explore, and I'm adventurous. So you never know.
I love that. Because who else? Fantasia, Beyonce, who else?
Victor Wooten. I was the bass player for Black Girls Rock. That was on BT. I toured with B.O.B. for a minute. That was a lot of fun too. He's a hip hop artist. He's the only hip hop artist that I really went out with. And I love him.
Haven't heard anything from him recently.
Yeah,
I remember B.O.B. Yeah,
that was fun. But you never know. I mean, I got a little secret list of artists that I would go out with.
Okay. We might come back to that list though. Okay. In the meantime, we're gonna watch Worldwide Playdate. This is the official video for that. So let's check that out.
Let's do it.
Then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about this secret list that artist that MC Debbie D.
There you go. See, I knew it. I knew it. Just telling you that it was
kind of catchy though. The MC Debbie D is kind of catchy. I'm sorry, but
maybe I'll put a hip hop record out with that name, like
that could
like
be your alter ego.
the secret.
Like,
Yeah,
totally. I totally see a Divinity Roxx versus MC Debbie D type thing going on. Like,
so over
seriously.
you right now, Rocki.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. This is Worldwide Play Date.
Welcome to the Worldwide Play Date. Welcome to the Worldwide Play Date. The play date, the play date exclusive. It's a play date. Everybody jump in. Hey, get your friends. Jump in. It's a worldwide play date. What you wanna do? I wanna play. Calling up my friends to make a play date. Best day ever. I just wanna say, I hope it never ends. Can we do this every day? See, this little Divvy got it started. This little Divvy stay home. This little Divvy got on the dance floor. She danced all night long. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Show them how you do it in your Divvy world. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Dance all night long. Do it.
That's my niece.
It's a play date. Everybody jump in.
Hey,
go get your friends. Jump in. It's a worldwide play date. It's a play date. Everybody jump in. Hey, go get your friends. Jump in. It's a worldwide play date. Bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? Red light stop, green light go. Dance contest, everybody get low. Now rise to the top. Hey, the beat drop. All over the world with love and hip hop. Hey, that's the vibe. Ooh, that's a pop. Let's play another game. Tell me what you wanna rock. Bring around the rosies in our pockets full of posies. Everybody clap your hands. Hey, now it's time to dance. Right about now, we're gonna have a dance break. Are y'all ready for the dance break? I want everybody to get in the line, cause we're gonna do something called the Divvy slide. We're gonna step 2 times to the right,
to the right,
2 times to the left, then take it on back, take it on back, take it on back. Yeah, you know we like that. Now step 2 times to the right, 2 times to the left, now take it on back, take it on back, take it on back. Yeah, you know we like that. Now grab a partner, do-si-do, grab another, and around we go.
Take it on down, take it on down, take it on down to the ground. Can you feel me now?
Everybody is invited. Today is a worldwide play day. It's a worldwide play day. It's a play date. Everybody jump in. Hey, go get your friends. Jump in. It's a worldwide play day. It's a play date. Everybody jump in. Hey, go get your friends. Jump in. It's a worldwide play day.
Auntie Divvy, you wanna play a game?
Yeah, let's play a game. What game do you want to play? It's a worldwide play day.
I love it.
Thank you.
Like, listen. Okay, come on
Yes.
now. Make me want to play some Rockin' Robin and hopscotch.
Yes,
Let's go.
exactly.
I love it. I love it. So, Divinity, I appreciate you being here, having you on. And as I said, this is not goodbye. This is see you later.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely, please keep me posted on what you got next, because I've been a fan, like I said, since I saw you in Black Women Rock years ago. So, and I was just like, and Steph Chris is one of my boos, one of my best boos.
Same.
So, when I told her you were coming on the show, I was like, guess who my next guest is? And I sent her the flyer. She's like, oh, I love her. And I was like, yes, let's go. So I'm so excited. So where can people find you? And then I'm going to end with 5 favorites. I like to end with 5 favorites. But first, where can people find you?
I'm online at divinityrocks.com, diviroxkids.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook at divirocks, DIVIROXX, and at diviroxkids. So yeah, I'm out here and I control all my social media and all the things. So say what's up. You can sign up to our email list to find out when we're coming to your city. We keep trying to figure out ways to come to Detroit because I got family up there and I would love to come and play a show. I think we're talking about doing something in the summer. I will keep you posted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Divinity Rocks, Divi Rocks at Divi Rocks. Come through. I'm out here. Holla at your girl.
Definitely. I would definitely love to meet you when you come. So please keep me posted on
Absolutely.
that. And on that note, I want to end with 5 favorites. Okay.
Okay.
So 5 favorites. Let's start with, what is your favorite track on Worldwide Playdate?
Ooh, that's not fair. These are like my children. Who's your favorite child? Okay, my favorite track. Wow. It's, you know what? My favorite track is Girl Dad, because I wrote it for my dad, and my dad passed away in 2011, and I had not been able to write a song for him for a long, long, long time. But when I started writing this bass line, the song for him came out, and it's a very sweet song, and I love it so much. So that's my favorite song.
Okay. Favorite food?
My favorite food is so ridiculous. It's pizza.
Listen, whatever works. Whatever works.
I love pizza.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. So are you one of those ones who has like pineapple on your pizza?
No, not anymore. I did all that. No.
Okay.
Just cheese pizza. New York has the best pizza. I'm sorry for anybody else who thinks that their city does. New York really does have the best pizza. And all you need is a slice of cheese pizza, and it just changes your day.
Changes your day. I love it. I love it. Favorite travel destination?
Oh, wow, man. I've been so many places. Oh my gosh. We just went to Iguazu Falls in wow. And we went to Peru, and then we went to Argentina and Brazil. And so that was one of my favorite vacations ever. But it was because it was super luxurious, and we were staying in the jungle, and it was just really beautiful and peaceful. And we saw a lot of like really exotic animals. I really love nature. And so I love going and doing things and seeing things that I've never experienced before. And so that was really fun.
I love that. I bet it was beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
Love traveling. Love traveling. Favorite TV show or movie?
Oh man. Of all time, or you mean just right now? Because like that is so hard.
Whichever one you want to pick, whether it's right now or from back in the day.
Dang, I one of my favorite movies of all time was no, I don't want to say that movie. Okay, I'll just say my favorite TV show right now was what was it called? The Week of the Jackal, or something about Jackal. Oh my gosh, I really love that show. Yeah, it was a show that was on Paramount, I think, recently, or Peacock or something like
Was
that.
that
And
with
I really got
Sterling
into
K.
it.
Brown?
No, it was about this this assassin who was like one of the best assassins in the world, and he was knocking people off. He was a sniper, and he was knocking off these big politicians from like these record distances away, and they couldn't find him. And I can't remember the sister's name. There was a Black woman who worked for MI6, and so she was tracking him, and I don't know, I really just got into that thriller.
Okay, yeah, good. I'm gonna have to Google that. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, the Day of the Jackal. That's what it's called.
Okay,
yeah.
Day of the Jackal. Okay. Gotta watch that. Yep. Good. Check that out. Yep. Okay. Last favorite accessory.
My favorite accessory are my custom earrings. These are my merch items. I sell them at my shows. One of these earrings is a laser cut image of me, with holding my bass guitar in this rocked out stance, and this other one is a custom record with my logo on it. And if you ever see me anywhere, I'm probably rocking these earrings. I love them. It's my favorite accessory, and I don't usually wear the same earring on each ear. I always do one or the other. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, I enjoy speaking with you, Divinity. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
coming by. You're welcome, and good luck with Worldwide Play Date is available now, y'all. Stream
Everywhere.
it, download
Yes.
it.
Please.
You can put it on for the kiddie parties. Let's keep these kids.
Yes, because they're gonna have enough. They're gonna have enough growing up to do. So while they're kids, let's just fill them up with love and confidence and joy, and allow them to just be kids. Because once they grow up, sometimes it's just too late. We don't play anymore. So, and also get out and play. Go play in the dirt, play in the sand. Just get out and play. Have fun, because this world is crazy right now, and it's overwhelming. And it's taking its toll on us. So we got to be in community with each other, and we got to get together and find reasons to find joy and laugh. And as my grandfather used to say, fellowship with one another.
Listen, may the Lord watch between me and you while we're absent from another.
Yes,
okay?
Come on
Come on now. After church, going to the fellowship hall. Come on now.
Yes.
Great,
thank you,
Lord.
Listen, thank you so much, yo.
You're
this
welcome.
has been so fun hanging out with you. I hope we get a chance to meet in person for sure.
Yep, definitely. I would love to see that at the Aretha, aka Shane Park. I would love to see that. I could see a whole production there in the summer. So hit me up. Let me know. Keep me posted. So,
sure.
But thank you, Divinity. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your evening and the weekend, and take care.
Thank you. You too. Peace.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching.